But today's video I want to talk to you about, there's one there, I want to talk to you about buckwheat because I get so many questions in regards to buckwheat. You know, when to plant it, how to plant it, you know, how to use it in your food plot rotations, and so on. And it's an interesting crop to plant because it grows very fast and it matures in a quick amount of time. So, you know, with buckwheat in a short growing period state, such as PA, you know, the further north, some parts of Ohio, New Jersey, Connecticut, Kentucky, you know, parts of Kentucky, you have such short growing seasons that buckwheat is a perfect fit because it matures in about 70, 80 days, somewhere around there. It'll start developing, you know, seeds, and then it's time to terminate it. And, you know, it's a perfect crop to smother weeds, prevent weeds from growing. It's a perfect crop to improve soil health. And, you know, when you disc that back in, it's great green manure. It's also high in moisture content. I don't know if any of you have ever snapped a stalk of buckwheat in half, but it literally shoots out water. It's good for the deer. Deer eat it. They get a lot of moisture content from that because, you know, with natural browse, that's the majority of where deer get their moisture content from is, you know, green and growing plants. Made many videos about that in the past that have gotten criticized because they say, oh, deer don't get water from plants, they get it from drinking water. Well, if you actually looked at it, did the research and seen it for yourself, deer rarely take drinks of water. They get, I don't know, whatever it is, 75% of their moisture content from plants. And buckwheat is very good for that. Now with buckwheat, a lot of people are using it to improve their soil. I have done this many years and, you know, you have great results with it. And typically we plant around the end of May, first week of June, and some states, whether it could be in a northern state, you know, Pennsylvania, Maryland, but you can get 2 plantings of buckwheat. You let that go for about 45 days or so, replant, you let it go for another 45 days or so, and when you incorporate that into your soil, you build the soil with green manure, and over time that allows organic matter to develop in your soil, and it cuts down on fertilizer costs over the years, and it's just very, very beneficial for your soil. And we use this all the time, you know. I skipped a year and didn't plant it last year, which, you know, we planted other things. Last year we did soybeans, 3-acre soybeans with, you know, fenced in with a test, and to show you guys that it can be done. But then you have to ask yourself why, always ask yourself, why are you planting soybeans? Why are you planting a specific crop? What's the purpose? What's the reason, and what's the benefit? What are you going to gain out of planting a certain crop? You know, out here, there's nothing but, I mean, it's 50 acres, 60 acres of corn, and it's being harvested as production, you know, production ag, and they're gonna harvest it. And when they cut this corn, this property, they don't use cover crops, and all winter long it's bare soil, and it does nothing for the deer because the farmer has asked me what he can do to feed the deer, and I say, well, corn's not feeding them because you harvest it. And I said, all you got to do is once you harvest it, plant some winter wheat. And he disagrees with me, and he don't get it. It's an older farmer, and that's fine, but he don't understand. Sometimes people don't get it, you know, especially farmers. They get stuck in this old mentality, and it's like, you know, farmers, you know, they try to get something out of nothing. When you're not putting in anything into the soil, you're not going to get anything out of it. And a lot of farmers, you know, they see that diminishing return of value, you know, tonnage per acre, depending on what they're planting. They see it, and they don't understand that when you don't put anything into it, you don't get anything out of it. I'll give you this example because Jeff from Antler Grove says this all the time, and it's a perfect example. When you don't put anything into your bank account, you can't pull nothing out. Your soil is your bank account. When you don't put anything into it, you're not going to get anything out of it. And that's with anything, production, tonnage per acre, you know, bales of hay per acre, you know, on good quality fields, hay fields, you're getting 4 or 5 bales per acre. Poor quality, you're getting 2 to 3. You know, and that's what the majority of farmers are getting, 2 bales per acre. And then when you tell them you're getting 4, they flip out and they don't understand why. You know, I ran into a guy a few days ago at a diner, and he ran up to me. He's like, "Hey, are you the Antler Grove guy?" I said, "Yeah, you know, I promote them and use them and highly recommend them. I'm not the owner, but you know, I work with them." And he's like, "Yeah, I've seen some of your videos and this and this and this." And he was asking about it, and I told him, you know, we're getting 4 or 5 bales per acre, you know, out for hay. And he was like, "What? How? You know, what are you doing? How is this possible?" It's because we're manicuring the soil. We're taking care of the soil. We're foliar feeding the soils, and you're getting 4 or 5 bales of round bales per acre. And he was and he was blown away by that. And it's the same with, you know, the purpose, the reason of planting buckwheat. What is your reason behind that? Well, your reason behind that is to help improve the soil, build up the CEC, build up the organic matter, so later on you have something to pull out of your bank account. Whether that's your fall crop, you get the maximum tonnage to allow your deer hunting to be the best it can possibly be, right? That's the way you have to look at it when you do this stuff. Is what if you don't put anything into it, you can't expect anything to get out of it. And that's anything in life: your bank account, your soil, your car, your four-wheeler. If you don't put anything into that four-wheeler, over time it's going to break down and you're not going to be able to get anything out of it. So you have to take care of this stuff to get the maximum reward, and that's what buckwheat does. Buckwheat adds to that bank account and to allow you to later on in life to be able to pull something out of it. And that's why I highly recommend planting buckwheat, is because it does have that factor to where it helps that soil. So think about that. Hopefully that sinks in a little bit and you guys can relate to that. So again, we planted buckwheat this year. It's in the soil. It's been about 5 days or so, and we're getting some rain. The next couple weeks, I'll update you guys, show you. It emerges out of the ground pretty quick. Should be up in about 5 days, and we'll take you on the journey of growing this stuff throughout the year. Many updates to come. Any questions, leave them down below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you are new. Give the video a thumbs up. I'll see you guys on the next video.